So once again, I welcome you to PWX. It's just an amazing conference. It's just an amazing opportunity that we have to be here. And I thank you for being here and for being present, because we all gain from being together and growing together. But I thank you for your service to your communities, for what you do, the profession of public works. Folks, what we do makes a difference. We impact people's lives. We get to help people. Just imagine what civilization would be without us and what we do. Not nearly as healthy, not nearly as safe, not nearly as comfortable and enjoyable as it is, but the work that we do brings that. I appreciate all of you. Whether you're a consultant, a service provider, a material supplier, equipment or vehicle provider, or if you're a public servant, we all work together to advance the quality of life for all. And that is our mission statement. That is our American Public Works Association's vision, is to be that. I'm very grateful to be joined here today with most of my family, which is pretty awesome. My wife Trish and I, our 3 children and 3 grandchildren, my mother and daddy are here, my sisters are here, and a brother-in-law are all here. So, all this ruckus that you're hearing down here in the front row are my peeps. Those are my peeps. Marrying Trish, who's an elementary school principal, is absolutely the best thing that I've done. And the folks, these 3 kids of ours, and now their spouses and their children, that is our best work. Public Works is good, but that's our best work, those kids. And thank you, Mom and Dad. I could go on forever, but I'll just say thank you. Trish and I were fortunate. Trish and I were fortunate to be able to buy a small farm next door to my parents, as you heard in the video. A few years after we married, we raised a few cows and other animals, but we just really enjoy the quiet of rural life. We do live adjacent to the Mississippi River in West Tennessee, and folks, that river is very special to me. I enjoy several trips a week out to fish, to hunt, but just to be there. Just enjoy the beauty of being outdoors, see the sunrises and the sunsets and the waves on the water. It's just good therapy. It's good therapy for what we do. My faith is cultured at a small Methodist church. It's very near our home. I've been there. Mother carried me there when I was a few days old, and I've gone there my whole life. But I serve as Sunday school superintendent, board chairman, fill-in preacher, cut the grass, do several things there. But it's been a great place for me. It's a great stabilization point for me in my life, is to have that faith. I'm deeply humbled to have this opportunity to serve as your president for this professional association. I love what we do. I love what we get to do, and it's great that we have this opportunity. Working with this tremendous board of directors that you've been introduced to, who truly, folks, truly has the best interest of this association and the membership of this association at heart. I've sat with them. I've listened to them. They have your best interest at heart. Our association's executive director, just amazing, but his staff too, hardworking, talented staff, and all of the chapters out there, the branches out there, the membership across U.S. and Canada. For me, this opportunity is absolutely a career pinnacle, and I'm sure you can understand that. I'm grateful for the teamwork that's demonstrated by this association's leadership team, and especially for the mentorship that I received from Mr. Brian Usher and also Ron Calkins over this past year. I witnessed very early in my public works career the power of improving lives. It was my 16th summer. Dad was working me to death about that time, so I felt like I needed to go get some employment somewhere so I could make some money and get out and get my first job. And my first opportunity was working with a construction company. We were putting in curb and gutter and sidewalk and street improvements in some of the very poorest neighborhoods in North Memphis. It was a community development block grant funded project where the entire goal was to improve impoverished areas. It was a very hot summer that summer, and as we worked very hard in these neighborhoods, street by street, the residents there were so grateful for what we were doing. Now, these are poor folks. They didn't have anything much, but they shared their iced tea and their cookies, and they said thank you over and over and over. And we were making their little piece of this world better. I really think I got the public works bug that early. I loved it. I loved what we were doing. I worked some sort of construction every summer through the rest of my high school and college years. I learned more and more about our business, infrastructure construction and maintenance and equipment and trucks and plan readings and setting grades and managing things. So all of these experiences helped lead me to a career in public works. I earned a degree in public administration from the University of Tennessee at Martin. My internship with the Shelby County Road Department there completed my degree, but it led me into an employment opportunity with the city of Germantown. Germantown had a backhoe operator position in the sewer division. I needed a job. I was about to marry that lady, and her mother, my mother-in-law, was pretty anxious for me to have some gainful employment about that time. So I needed a job, and with the experience that I had working through those summers, I could run a backhoe, I could drive a truck, I could do any of that sort of stuff. So my career began right there in Germantown as a backhoe operator. I worked in the sewer department, digging up taps, putting in new taps and fixing busted taps. And it was June of 1985. Actually graduated college on June the 2nd, went to work for the city of Germantown on June the 5th, and then married her on June the 14th, 1985. Pretty busy couple of weeks right there. Germantown is a great suburb city on the east side of Memphis. Outstanding community, AAA bond rating, some of the most beautiful parks you've ever seen, great retail and office amenities, but more importantly, outstanding neighborhoods. It is a community of tremendous neighborhoods. Germantown is the bedroom community for Memphis. So if you're thinking of locating anywhere out that way, think of Germantown. My entire full-time career, all of the full-time work I've done has been with the city of Germantown in Germantown, Tennessee. It's been a real blessing. The average tenure in the Public Works Department in Germantown is 18 years of service. That lets you know it's a great place to work. I worked through numerous positions with Germantown over the years, picked up a master's degree in public administration along the way from the University of Memphis. Then after serving a long time as assistant to the director retired. So when he retired, that gave me an opportunity, and city administration showed favorably to me, so I've now for 13 years been able to serve as the director of the Public Works Department. Folks, yeah. I really believe I'm a better leader because I learned that department from the ground up. Started digging out sewer taps, worked in street division, managed the garbage collection, served as assistant for a long time. I believe I'm a better leader because of that. And I don't think this is unusual in our public works profession. This work your way up through the ranks model is something that's pretty common in our profession. I think it makes for great public servants. My city administrator of 30 years, who gave me that chance 13 years ago, is Patrick Lawton. He's back home minding the shop, getting ready for a council meeting tomorrow night, but I am very pleased to have my mayor here with me today. I'd like to ask the Honorable Mayor of Germantown, Mike Palazzolo, to stand. Where are you, Mike? I am very grateful to this gentleman for giving me the opportunity to serve APWA. About the time I was thinking about tossing my hat in the ring to serve as APWA president, I was fortunate to have the mayor and the city administrator both in the truck And we were out visiting a couple of the crews, just kind of getting around, and I hadn't really talked to them about it yet, so I got the truck up to about 70 and pushed the child locks on the windows and doors and shared with them what I was thinking about doing. I couldn't have gotten better support. They wholeheartedly supported my nomination and gave me a very proud moment for our Public Works Department in Germantown and also for our city to have this representation. I'm grateful for their support. I'm grateful for their friendship and what they allow me to do on this behalf. City of Germantown, through my whole career, has allowed me to cultivate and support my professional development through APWA in both membership and also in leadership participation. I consider this membership in APWA an absolute catalyst for my blessed career that I've had. I served my home chapter, the Tennessee chapter, woo woo, yeah, as West Branch Director, chapter committee member, president-elect, president, past president, and then delegate for about 10 years. And then I've also served on the Tennessee Public Works Institute as a volunteer instructor now for 12 years. Much of what I know about APWA, I learned from these Tennessee chapter folks and these mentors that I had. Folks like A.C. Locke, Ed and Joy Archer, John Calvert, Judy Keller, past president of APWA, Bob Frudenthal. They made me feel comfortable at chapter events and taught me about leadership and networking and friendship and just about our profession, who we are. I'm very grateful to my Tennessee chapter friends for their support. They've been tremendous. We are positioned in APWA for a tremendous run. Ron mentioned it, but our membership is that close to 30,000 members. Yeah. $30,000 members seemed absolutely unattainable goals. Some 12 years ago, Miss Elizabeth Treadway asked me to serve on the membership committee, and we started talking about goals. Didn't ever think we could reach that. But this association of professionals is doing things right. I am so excited about Tuesday's Backhoe Rodeo. Those of you who know me know that. This is the first for APWA to have a rodeo event at our PWX annual meeting. And I'll give you a little hint. One of those operators is from Germantown, Anthony German. Remember that name. Remember that name, folks. He is the Tennessee State Championship, and he is here representing the state of Tennessee from Germantown, Tennessee, participating in the event. Very proud of him. But creating opportunities for support staff in APWA, to me, is a tremendous opportunity. Much like y'all, I am nothing without my staff. I don't do anything. They are the ones that make the systems work. They are the ones that provide the services. You guys know, every customer service comes down to that person who collects the garbage, who responds to the water leak, who clears the storm drain, who plows the street. That's where their service comes from. We are blessed to have just teams of professionals behind us providing these services. I have an awesome staff, and I thank them for supporting me too, because they're taking up my slack while I'm gone. I'm glad to be involving these professionals in our organization more and more in things like we're doing with this rodeo. It's going to be good for APWA, I promise you that. Our association's strategic plan is approved. It will take us into the next 3 years, focusing on defining the value of public works to our communities, focusing on being the voice of public works to both governments and to the media, focusing on excellence in education and credentialing. That's what we're all about. And then having a dynamic membership and chapter support model to be sure that our members are engaged and receiving the value that they need from these memberships. This strategic plan, along with the guidance from this board of directors that you have before you, with the leadership of our executive director, Mr. Scott Grayson, and his exceptional staff at APWA, both in Kansas City and Washington, D.C., will serve this organization well. What a great time to be a member of APWA, and for me, what a great time to serve. It's going to be good.